Following UFC 275, there has been major changes in the UFC's ranking this week. Yuri Prochazka has made his debut on the UFC pound for pound list, coming in at number 11. This of course comes following his victory over Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira slid 7 spots and now finds himself as number 15 on the list. The drop for Teixeira has a domino effect and has moved Aljamain Sterling to number 8 and John Jones to number 9 and Deiveson Figueiredo to number 10. Let me know your thoughts about the UFC's pound for pound list. Do you agree or do you have a better list? Let us know in the comments down below. Leon Edwards has explained why he got rocked by Nate Diaz in the dying seconds of what was an otherwise dominant performance. Rocky admitted that he got complacent towards the end of the final round because the fight was easier than he expected. While speaking on the latest Block Party podcast, the 30-year-old believes he got caught at the end of the fight because he was bored.
Literally, like 29 minutes, I was like scored him for. I kind of switched off, but it's so easy. I got like bored whilst I was fighting, you know, and that's why I got caught with that shot. Otherwise, if it was like, let's say it was like the second or first round, that would never have landed. The reason why it didn't land in the first or second round, you know what I mean? Cause I was alert, I was sharp then, but I thought, okay, the fight's kind of like easy, to be fair, and I thought, okay, I was like right at this last minute, and that's when it caught me with that shot, you know, but that's something I'm working on now with my coaches and just staying sharp all the way through.
UFC fan favorites Khamzat Chimaev and Darrern have suggested they will be happy to team up to take on Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz in a 2-against-2 matchup.
Diaz anymore. I can take his brother as well. We have 2 brothers. Take his fucking brother and we can smash him too.
This is it. Tag team the Diaz brothers versus the Smash brothers.
UFC 2-against-2.
That's it.
We're gonna smash them.
Well, this was my idea not long ago. I said you should have the Smash brothers against the Nigerian Kings for both the belts. Get Usman in there. But listen, I'll happily sign off on the Diaz brothers first. No problem.
Hey, we want the Nigerian Kings first.
The only one king is here, brother. Me and my brother, English King as well.
Charles Oliveira is no longer a champion due to a controversial weight miss despite defeating Justin Gaethje at UFC 274. Oliveira, however, stands on top of the lightweight ladder and will make a bid for the vacant title in his next outing. Drew Bronx has been eyeing a potential bout against Conor McGregor due to the lucrative payday that it promises. Oliveira has made no secret of the fact that he wants to fight the Notorious for economic benefits. However, the Brazilian believes that it will also add to his legacy if he defeats Conor McGregor. While speaking to ESPN MMA, he said this:
"It would be a very good fight for me. It would put a lot of money in my pocket, and at this moment, that's the most important thing. And it would also be really good for my legacy, for me to have in my story. Regardless, if he's coming from defeat or not, he's a guy who's made history, so I think it would be great, but it's not just up to me. If it were up to me, this fight would already be happening."
Sean O'Malley has a problem with Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan's commentary during his fights. Having watched his own bouts multiple times, O'Malley noted that DC and Rogan constantly emphasize his opponents using leg kicks on Sugar. Cormier and Rogan has recommended that the leg kicks as a weapon of choice against O'Malley, as Marlon Vera has seemingly found success with it. However, Sugar is driven crazy by this and believes his own leg kicks were far better than Chito Vera's. The 27-year-old also claimed that the leg injury loss was a result of the damaged nerves caused by Vera's big toe rather than a well-directed leg kick. O'Malley recently said on the DCRC show,
"I have watched my fights back over and over again, and every time I hear you and Joe say something, they say, I don't know why they don't kick his legs like Chito Vera did. It was very effective for him. Oh God, it drives me crazy, DC. That drives me crazy. Because the leg kick he landed wasn't a good quality leg kick. My leg kicks I was landing on him were making him spin around in circles. His big toe hit the nerve when I was pulling out from a kick."
Daniel Cormier recently offered his take on the prospect of a season of The Ultimate Fighter coached by KHABIB Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. While in a conversation with Ryan Clark on the latest edition of the DCRC show, Daniel Cormier admitted that watching Nurmagomedov and Ferguson interact with each other over the course of 6 weeks would be rather an amusing experience. He said, "I think it'll be good for TV because every time Khabib had to operate around Tony Ferguson, it was an absolute pleasure to watch. It was so fun and funny because he annoys him. Tony Ferguson annoys him and annoys him bad. So I would love to see him get annoyed over the course of 6 weeks on national television. It would be absolutely tremendous." What are your thoughts? Do you think that Khabib and Tony doing Ultimate Fighter is a little too late, or do you really want to see it? Let us know in the comments down below. Khabib Nurmagomedov is no longer an active fighter, but continues to be involved in fighting through his Eagle FC promotion. He had an amazing coach in his father for cage fighting, and now he considers Dana White an invaluable teacher when it comes to holding events. In a new interview posted to Eagle FC's YouTube channel, Khabib said this.
No, Dana White is he's the best of all time promoter, in my opinion. Nobody is even close. And I try to just learn from him because I just beginning. I think I can learn from him a lot of things. Like even next 10 years, 20 years, he can teach me, I think.
Do you think is he teaching you right now by not responding to you? Almost like a brother?
No, I think he play game.
You think he plays games?
Yeah, he play game.
That's the
Belal Muhammad is all in fighters like Nick Diaz and Conor McGregor that can lose several fights in a row and still maintain a die-hard fan base. Another fighter that Muhammad feels may fit the bill is Paddy Pimblett. On a new episode of the Food Truck Diaries with Brendan Schaub, Muhammad said this.
A guy that's shown me that he's capable is Paddy Pimblett. I was with him in Arizona, but it was like the fans would ask him for a picture and he'd run inside the hotel. He walked out and the fans are going nuts. I'm like, bro, how's he getting this much love? I'm standing outside the hotel in the heat taking pictures with every single one of you guys, and you guys are freaking blowing this guy up and he just ran in the hotel. How does it make sense?
Khabib Nurmagomedov gained a reputation over his UFC career for being one of the hardest workers on the roster, and in a new interview he detailed just how committed he was to being a world champion. Nurmagomedov has been training in combat sports his entire life. There's even footage of him as a 9-year-old child wrestling a bear. His father was the greatest coach in Dagestan and instilled a work ethic and commitment in his son that the Eagle agrees was an obsession. On his YouTube channel, Khabib explained how far he went to prepare for a fight.
This is like give me best motivation when I was thinking about I'm gonna lose. Because when I have opponent, I always think, okay, what to do? He's grappling, okay, I have to work on grappling. He's striker, I have to work on strike. I have to work on my defense. Like all my day I was thinking about what's gonna happen inside the cage. And of course I was training very hard. And sometime I remember I was training morning,